My name is Sally Sue Tobias. I am a primary guide at Lake Hills Montessori, and so I teach children ages 3 through 6. As the children enter the classroom, they transition by removing their shoes, and when they come in, they look for meaningful work to do. I approach my day recognizing the uniqueness of each child. I see what Montessori saw, that there are sensitive periods of learning for these young children, and this is an opportunity. Each day is a whole new beginning. There are periods of time that we have that they're most apt to learn things such as orderliness and concentration and self-control, which are the goals of the practical life area of the classroom. The children learn how to respect one another, how to respect one another's work. They use the materials carefully, and there is a place to put them on a table or on a rug. And the Montessori materials are placed on the shelf in sequential order, and one concept at a time is taught. So we can measure where they have accomplished that particular insight and when they are ready to move on to the next step. Freedom comes within limits. They have a lot of freedom of choice, but always under the watchful eye of the guide who would seek to lead them when they need to be led.
My name is Abby Lee. The main areas of the curriculum in the Montessori classroom are practical life, sensorial, geography, science, math and language, and art. One thing that really drew me to the Montessori method was the emphasis on the outdoor environment. We go on nature walks. We have a nature table where if the children find an object that is interesting to them, if it's a rock or a feather or a bird's nest, they can bring it to the nature table and look at it and study it. And maybe that will inspire them to go to the science area or the geography area and see where that bird or that rock is from. Practical life in the Montessori classroom is one of the key areas that the child begins with when they first come in at the age of 3. Some of the different areas of practical life are care of the environment, care of self, grace and courtesy. An example of practical life work is flower arranging. And a more advanced work is you could do dishes. It starts with spooning, pouring, tonging, tweezing, just basic transfer work that works on their pencil grip and just their hand-eye coordination. Math in the Montessori classroom begins from the concrete and goes to the abstract. So he learns what 1 looks like, he learns what 2 looks like, and then he'll move to the more abstract number symbol. And so you'll go through the 1 through 10 materials, you'll go through your teens materials, and then you'll move on. We have golden bead materials that the children work with. So when the children tackle math, when they get to those math problems, they know visually what it looks like, they know what it feels like, they know how heavy it is when they carry the 1,000 cubes to the rug. It's not like in traditional school where you just memorize your facts. They know what it looks like and they can see it. This helps them have a deep understanding and not just memorization.
Well, the language area begins with tracing of the sandpaper letters and learning the phonetic sounds of the letters. When the children tell me that this is a letter B, I will say, yes it is, but it says B. It's important for the child to learn how to learn the sounds, because it is through blending the sounds that they begin to build their own words on a rug. They use a movable alphabet wherein they can lay out the sequence of the sounds that they are saying. And they go from there into many other activities in the language area which provide opportunities for them to increase their abilities and to learn new combinations of letters. There are packets with pictures, and those are used in conjunction with the movable alphabet. And eventually they will begin reading to each other. It's a beautiful thing to see.
My name is Jody Whitman, and I'm a director at Lake Hills Montessori. Coming to work each day is a joy, and I'm so thankful for the opportunity to be a part of something so special in the lives of these children. Our goal at Lake Hills Montessori is not only to offer an exceptional education for the child, but also be a resource to parents.
My son, he's been here since he's been 2, and he is now 4.5. He was outside playing. He goes, "Mom, you need to come out here now." And he goes, "Listen to this beautiful music." And I'm listening, and the neighbor girl had her window open, and she was practicing the violin. And he goes, "That's a violin." And I think I hear a clarinet. He was 3 at the time. I'm thinking, how in the world do you know the difference between a clarinet and a violin? Without Montessori, he would have never really, at that time in his life, appreciated music, understood music, realized what he was listening to. And so at that moment, I wrote Jody a letter, and I said, "This is amazing. This is amazing. This child is appreciating music, and he's being respectful toward others who are offering music." And I just think that's priceless.
I especially love the good citizenship that Montessori teaches, the respect that the students have for each other and for their teachers and their parents and their peers at school.
The moment we walked up here, we felt there's something special here. Starting from the administration, we felt like there's a team and there's a good group of people, and we felt like we can, communicate with them and work as a team.
Montessori has really impacted my children in a positive way because they're confident, they're engaged in their own learning, which is wonderful, and they also are in charge of reaching their own potential.
This particular place has a mixed group of children in the same class, where the younger ones get to learn from the older kids, and they learn by experiment and self-correction. And I feel that kind of an individual attention and approach from the teacher goes a long way in helping the child develop.
Lydia, one of the things that she seems to like a lot are the math lessons with all of the different beads and countings, and there are several different ways that math is presented in the Montessori classroom, and she has been able to grasp numerical concepts and things, I believe, quicker because of the way the material is presented.
Since we have 2 kids, both are different, boy and girl, and they have different methods of learning. And this school particularly focuses on your strengths and weaknesses, and they do customize the program to their benefit, so that that particular kid gets special attention.
Montessori has informed and both transformed our parenting and really allowed me to become the mom I wanted to be.
It didn't take but me walking into the classroom, seeing the children being very well behaved. They were learning, they were respectful, they were learning things like their continence, the weather, they were sweeping, they were helping. I thought, yes, sign me up.